if you change your mind.
Thank you for bringing the Эхонир. We will need this relic.
Speaking of relics, thieves stole an old staff from the Oathsworn pit. I want to know why.
Indeed. How did my unwelcome guests find their way to Bedlam Vale? I am curious.
Good orcs died, little prince. I'm not curious. I'm angry.
Thank you for answering my summons, Proxy. I am afraid our respite has reached its end. We saved Apocrypha from Vermina and Periite, but it seems Torvesard has embarked on a new design. Hermaeus Mora has need of you again. Torvesard seeks to return to the mythos, the heart of Apocrypha. He intends to restore Itelia, the Daedric prince he once served. He has already opened 2 glyphics to revive her memory. He cannot be allowed to unlock the final glyphic. Torvesard cannot force his way into the mythos against Mora's will, but Mora is unable to perceive his movements. There may be a way for Torvesard to sidestep Mora's ban and reach the vault of the glyphic. Here, take the Эхonir. You will need it. A relic forged by Hermaeus Mora, the Эхonir can corporealize distinct foci. That is, it can reveal echoes of past events related to the Forgotten Prince. Choices made ages ago now menace our world. The Эхonir can help us understand them. When you come to a location associated with Prince Itelia, hold forth the Эхonir to draw out and observe any lingering memories. You may also need to perceive the threads of fate as I do. I have a spell for that. Because Hermaeus Mora has foreseen that a restored Prince Itelia threatens the very foundations of reality, endangering Apocrypha, Nirn, and all of existence. The one who knows needs mortal aid to avert catastrophe. Hermaeus Mora cannot see Torvesard, but he can sense threads of fate disturbed by Torvesard's actions. The threads are fraying in Gratwud, Reaper's March, and Stounfolz. I will open a portal to each place. Choose one, and we shall go. Hermaeus Mora reached into every mind, mortal and immortal, and erased all memory of Itelia. His work, however, was not perfect. A select few sensed that something had been taken from them, and he could not erase his own memory of what he had done. Torvesard calls Itelia the Prince of Paths, the Mistress of the Untraveled Road, the Fate Changer. Your guess about what that all means is as good as mine, Proxy. As for her fate, I imagine that secret is locked in the final glyphic. Torvesard said he was tormented by half-remembered dreams. A strange thing, as Daedra do not dream the way we mortals do. The sense of something missing drove him to search for answers. That search finally led him to Apocrypha. Torvesard is a clanless Dremora who allies himself with different Daedric princes. When we encountered him in Necrom, he was working with Vermina and Periite to uncover a secret hidden in Apocrypha. Now he recalls that he once served Itelia. Yes, the first held the secret that Hermaeus Mora erased a memory from all of Nirn and Oblivion. The second glyphic revealed the memory. There was once a Daedric prince named Itelia, a prince Torvesard served. It lies hidden in a vault in the mythos, the very heart of Apocrypha. Reaching it against Hermaeus Mora's will should be impossible, but Torvesard has already done so twice. Mora called him unseen. Somehow Torvesard eludes his gaze. Because you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora, he has chosen you to serve as champion of fate, his agent in the mortal realm and perhaps beyond. You can act in places where the one who knows cannot directly intervene, as can I. When you signed the contract agreeing to act as Fate's mortal agent, never fear, Hermaeus Mora has no interest in your soul. I signed a similar contract long ago, when Mora realized I could perceive the threads of fate. You had no need of such a gift during our last encounter, and Hermaeus Mora specifically told me not to share it until the time was right. That time, according to Mora, is now upon us. The one who knows can be inscrutable at times. Daedric energy lingers in this place, tangled with threads of unraveling fate. Torvesard was here. Follow the threads of fate, Proxy. I shall cast about for any other signs of his activity. Why would fate lead us to an abandoned shrine? There must be something here. Fascinating. That ancient book stirred up a memory. Use the Эхonir to examine it, Proxy.
The Tribunal's ordinators hold our brethren. We need the skein of secrets to free them.
But the skein is lost. We must beseech the Lady of Whispers for help.
Then let us adjourn to the secret sanctuary. The circle we stand upon is the door. We need but a single drop of blood to open it.
Ah, I see. This ritual circle conceals a gate, activated by a little blood. Let us see where it leads.
Nothing. Fate seems to be fighting back. I wonder how much of that is because of you.
Torvesard, talk to Fate's chosen. Tell us what this is all about.
Fate's chosen? How presumptuous a title Hermaeus Mora has bestowed upon you. The Prince of Fate is using you, mortal. Long ago, he and his allies inflicted a terrible wrong on my prince. Now he hopes you can stop me from undoing that damage. How can a mere mortal understand the convolutions of oblivion? Prince Ithelia, the Prince of Paths, Mistress of the untraveled road, Fate Changer, the dark reflection, the last tomorrow, she who saw and wept. Moira, in his jealousy, erased her. Hermaeus Mora convinced other Daedric princes to conspire against Ithelia. He played upon their fears of the unknown. None of them understood the gift of choosing what is to be. They all turned against my prince. Revenge? No, that is for my prince to mete out. I am a scion of Ithelia, and my ancient purpose is to restore her to power, to undo what the cowardly princes did to her. And the very relics they used against Ithelia will help me find her. Mefala's skein of secrets. Don't bother looking. It isn't here. It seems Mefala's alien worshippers locked it away in some vault beneath Westweald long ago. No matter. The skein would help, but I'll find another way to reach my prince. And you believe Mora? Stand aside, mortal. I will not be swayed from my purpose.
A skein of secrets, used to defeat Ithelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Come, Proxy, let us speak. A skein of secrets, somehow used to defeat Ithelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Daedric relics have a way of causing trouble wherever they appear. Even the Эхonir, Hermaeus Mora, requires you to make that decision without his guidance, Proxy. Torvesard disturbed fate in 3 different locations. The one who knows must have a reason for instructing us to visit each one. Your choice, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora made it clear that we are to be guided by the decisions you make without undue prompting from him or me. But our work is not complete until we discover what Torvesard seeks there. I am not sure. Reaper's March includes some of the oldest Khajiit cities and temples. They have always had a more nuanced view of Daedric powers than other cultures. I am curious what we will uncover there. Excellent. In the interest of hastening our investigation of these perturbations, a physical translocation of... I shall open portals to save us time. Choose one, and I shall follow. You should be able to perceive the threads of fate here. Follow them, Proxy. We have been led to the ancient city of Dune. Interesting. Do you see the threads of fate glowing before you? Follow them and see where they lead. There are subtler clues here I must examine, but our path...
The Faithwalker arrives just as Hermora foretold. Old Rejad saw your coming in the tides. Hermora wished this one to greet you here. So it is that our fates cross paths. What is it you seek, Faithwalker? Old Rejad has seen Old Hermora, but that does not mean your quarry has not been here. There is change in the air, a change that began long ago. Visiting nearby shrines of beloved Jon and Jod, pay your respects. In days of old, we Khajiit would pray to the twins to bless our paths with moonlight and sugar. Perhaps it will be so again. The shrines are here in this courtyard. Old Rejad can tell. You have a long journey ahead of you, Faithwalker. You will need the blessings of the 2 moons. Return after you have paid your respects. You stand in the Temple of the 2 Moons path. Long ago, Dune was a kingdom guided by moon priests and scholars. To this day, new mains come here to complete their journey with the moon hallowed and take up their sacred duties. They are followers of Molag. There was a time when Rejad would have driven them away from this place. Now, old Rejad knows it is for another to cleanse the temple. He would not be. This place is just a stop along your path, Fatewalker. What you ultimately seek is not here. But do not despair. Old Rejad thinks you had to come here, and his heart tells him your journey will take you to strange and distant places indeed. The moon spirits favor you, Fatewalker. Old Rejad sees your path clearly now. Yes. Though the twins remain silent, their light shines upon the path, for those who know how to see it. Old Rejad understands now why the Tide Watcher told him to meet you here. You seek an unraveling fate, yes? This one now realizes that means examining an event from long ago. Hermora wishes you to see a memory trapped in the stone of this place. Yet, how could we do such a thing, old Rejad wonders? A thing blessed by the Tide Watcher himself. Old Rejad was never one to deal in relics of any origin. Still, if that is its purpose, then use your relic here. Let us see what it shows you, Fatewalker.
The first main has shown us a new path. This temple is to be raised. So commands Rita Ridata.
No! This shrine is under Boethra's protection. Let this serve as a warning.
Why does Boethra want this temple to remain intact, sisters?
Do not question the warrior of the East and West, my sisters. Now, back to Do'Krin.
Interesting. Old Rejad is an expert concerning those days. Strife consumed all of Elsewhere when the cult of Riddlethar spread like a storm across the sands. One could say Boethra died in that time. The Riddlethar kicked sand over old beliefs. Manikaji turned away from Boethra. The warrior of the East and West was abandoned. Only a Do'Krin temple was her worship preserved, though the monks there fell too in time. The faith you follow was knitted there. Old Rejad sees it now. Hermora wished you to relive that old memory, so this one could tell you of Boethra. Your quarry's path leads to Do'Krin. Now, so does yours. Rejad will mark the place on your map.
As I expected, our paths have once more come together. Enter the portal, Proxy. It seems our investigations have led to the same place. Use the portal to enter the hidden shrine. We must determine what interest Torvesard has here. How he expects a Boethia shrine to lead him back to Apocrypha and the final glyphic. shrine to Boethia. Wait! Up above! Torvesard is here!
Ah, Mora's champions. I expected to run into you eventually. Boethia's blade, Abolisher, is mine now. The first of the 3 relics I require is in my hands. Soon, Prince Ithelia will be restored. I hope you are there to witness her glory.
A relic of Boethia? One moment, Proxy. We should speak. Torvesard departed and took Boethia's blade with him. If only we arrived sooner. Yet perhaps we were not meant to stop him here. Fate often takes many turns before it reaches its destination. I wish I knew why he wanted the relic, though. We must determine what awaits us at the final site. Twice now the threads of fate have led us to a Daedric prince's shrine. I imagine we will find a 3rd such shrine there. The question is whether Torvesard has found another relic or not. Good. Allow me to create another portal to speed our journey. It appears we are in a race against Torvesard, and so far he is winning. An Ayleid ruin? Interesting. Do you perceive the threads of fate? The threads mark Torvesard's trail. Follow them. I will search the surroundings for any other hidden signs. You should see the threads of fate as I do. It has taken me a lifetime of study to understand their significance and permutations, but all you need to do is follow where they lead. I will search the area, then join you.
Now, perhaps my luck is changing for the better. A fellow adventurer? The name's Baragon, friend. I could use a hand. I'm on the trail of a group known as the Recollection. I'm not sure what they're after in these ruins, but I intend to find out. I don't suppose you're after them too? They're an elusive lot. Something between a secret society, a mercenary company, and a cult. I caught wind of people disappearing, and I think they're involved. If you're not after the Recollection, why are you here? Dangerous quarry, but you look like you know what you're doing. It's strange that my pursuit of the Recollection and your hunt for Torvesard led us both to these old ruins. That does give me an idea, though. I propose we work together. There are more Recollection here than I care to tangle with by myself, but maybe we can get some answers together. We can figure out why they're interested in the Reliquary of Stars, why we look for your elusive Dremora. I overheard a Recollection mage named Endigor mention a hidden shrine in the ruins. Something about a waterfall in the Flesh Gardens. Not the most pleasant appellation, but maybe we should start there. It's somewhere to the north. It seems to be a revival of an ancient Ayleid cult, or some kind of Ayleid-inspired military order, perhaps. There are a lot of wood elves in their ranks, I'm sorry to say. It's strange. I never even heard of them until a few months ago. I heard rumors about Recollection groups poking around Ayleid ruins back in Westweald, and people started disappearing around the same time, including a few I happen to know. I can't say if they were abducted or recruited. It's called the Reliquary of Stars, an old Ayleid archive of some kind. The Mages Guild researchers here say Magicka courses through the very walls. They're too busy with their studies to notice Recollection scouts sneaking into the reliquary. Me? Well, I'm really retired from this adventuring nonsense. I spent years working as a scribe in Cyrodiil, dabbling in history, documents, a cipher or two. But the threat of the Recollection convinced me to put down my quill and pick up my daggers. It was years ago, really. I had the itch to travel, risked my neck looking for treasure in monster-infested caves and haunted tombs. Besides, it's become a family tradition. My little sister, Everly Sharparrow, is off adventuring right now, in fact. Cracked acorns, I don't like the look of these statues. Watch your step in here, friend. Look! Is that a door behind the waterfall?
Torvesard warned us we'd have company. Torvesard warned us you'd be coming. Though the relic he sold wasn't here, he left me to deal. This fight is far from over. Guess I wasn't as sneaky as I thought. Must be out of practice. What's that on the floor? Looks like we found the Recollection, or some of it. I didn't know Endigor well, but what I knew of him, I didn't like. A bigoted radical at best. I'm surprised he would work with any non-Bosmer at all. What's in that letter? May I see? Huh. That settles the question of whether Torvesard and the Recollection are working together. It was no coincidence that we met here today, friend. According to the letter, they haven't found it yet, or even any leads to its whereabouts. If they had, Endigor would be off with Torvesard, looking somewhere else by now. I wonder what... Something unusual. Let me see... Ah, over by the altar. Is that what you're looking for?
Vault is no longer safe. We must move the lamp.
But where can we hide the relic?
I know a cave to the north. The lamp should be safe there, once we apply the appropriate spell.
Was that a memory from the Merethic era? Never mind that. Who's this high elf?
I am Leramil, little wood elf. I assume from what we saw in that memory that Torvesard did not find what he was looking for.
A strange vision. They were worried about the Ayleids, but there haven't been Ayleids here in centuries upon centuries. Speaking of strange, it looks like we've gained a new companion. I assume you know that, High Elf. I see. Well, since it looks like the Recollection is working for him, I guess I'm looking for Torvesard now too. There are plenty of Recollections skulking about in Westweald. I'll meet you there if you run short of other leads. Nature's luck to you too, friend. I have a feeling our paths will cross again.
Let us speak, Proxy. As I thought, this is about ancient relics. Torvesard believes they can lead him to Athelia, the Forgotten Prince. But I do not yet see how he hopes to make use of them. A good question. I find it interesting that Torvesard was not satisfied with only one relic. He wanted to recover 3. A blade associated with Boethia, a lamp from a shrine of Azura, and a skein created by Mefалы. I wonder. These princes are known as the Good Daedra in Dunmer tradition. Long ago, they often allied with each other to guide and protect the people of Morrowind. I doubt that is a coincidence. I am not sure. It might prove useful to consult with someone better versed in ancient dark elf religion than I am. Fortunately, I believe I know just the elf. Our dear friend Gadain. Come, Proxy. I shall open a portal to Vvardenfell.
Leramil, you returned. But I know that look. What's wrong?
Torvesard once more moves against Apocrypha. He seeks to restore the Forgotten Prince. I'll let our friend explain.
I finally resolved to see the world beyond Necrom. With some assistance from Leramil, of course. Then Hermaeus Mora called her away again. I'm glad to see you're still helping her, friend. Did I hear correctly? Torvesard has returned? What I know about Daedric princes and relics, I learned at Leramil's side. If she doesn't know what it means, I can't add much more. The good Daedra haven't been widely worshipped in Morrowind for ages. How do you think they're involved? I've never heard any such story, but Holomeon Monastery is just north of here. The monks there preserve the old Velothi traditions. If we're dealing with ancient myths about the good Daedra, they might be able to help. Go on ahead. I just need a moment to confer with Leramil. We'll meet you at Holomeon shortly. We may need to convince the monks that we come in good faith. They rarely welcome visitors who don't share their beliefs. It's sealed. I suppose we could knock?
We have no time for this. I shall open a portal.
No need for that. The Golden Eye foretold your coming. Welcome.
The Abbot! Forgive our intrusion, and listen to what our friend has to say.
Greetings, champion. The Golden Eye, Hermaeus Mora himself, spoke to me in a dream. He told me you were coming here. I am Andor Indoril. It is my honor to serve as abbot and historian of this monastery. Only this once, which is why I thought it best to listen. So long as you promise not to harm any monks nor remove any tomes without permission, you may explore the monastery freely. What exactly do you seek here? I know of a few blades sacred to Boethia, but I am unfamiliar with lamps or skeins. They are not among the relics commonly associated with our ancestral spirits. However, there are more secrets preserved here than any one scholar could ever uncover. The Holomeon Library, of course. We have many volumes found nowhere else. Follow me, champion. We keep the main entrance sealed, since the more stringent ordinators consider our brethren to be heretics. I assure you, they are not. I just sent your friends to the library. It's down the stairs to your right. Your companions went on ahead to the library. Our collection preserves many strange and ancient tomes. Perhaps one of them will serve to guide you along your way. You will find it just down the eastern stairs.
Look, the Эхonir has something to show us. Fate has led us true again.
Yet, we must leave something behind in the event that we fail.
Even if we succeed,
The need to act again may arise some long tomorrow from now.
Brother Moore will not allow that to happen. But I agree. We should leave instructions here for those who come after.
That book! It is the very one those 3 ancient priests were handling in the memory. Examine it, Proxy. Those devout priests offered themselves so their princes could meet in secret. We must find the gate they used. It could be the access to Apocrypha Torvesard is seeking. Torvesard said the relics would help him find Athelia. He must believe they will lead him to a gate to Apocrypha or the final glyphic in the mythos. We need to find the gate first, but I have no idea where the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets lies. The course of fate is never that simple. Many futures branch from each choice we make. If we know too much, we risk altering our choices and changing the outcome. Therefore, Mora tells us only what you must. As fate's chosen, you will lead the way. We are in a monastery dedicated to ancient knowledge. There must be a book or scholar here that can point the way. Abbot Andor said our coming was foretold. Perhaps the one we are meant to learn this secret from will know you as well.
Curious. I sense a powerful arcane aura surrounding you. You carry something rarely seen on this mortal plane. It reeks of the black arts of oblivion. Wondrous. Fascinating. A relic crafted by the Golden Eye himself. Few mortals have ever laid eyes on such a thing. I can see you have been chosen by Hermaeus Mora for something special. A rare honor indeed. Worship implies the subject of one's devotion desires adulation. Hermaeus Mora is beyond such vanities. I give him my respect, not my prayers. If one wishes to uncover the secrets of the plains, it is merely prudent. Ah, the fabled shrine of Anudnabia. Some say the disaster occurred after the birth of the tribunal, but I think it happened in the Merethic era. If it still stands, it would be along the shore to the north. Perhaps your relic can help you locate it.
I overheard your conversation, Proxy. Anudnabia is just to the north of here. Gadain and I will meet you there. Proxy, just in time. Use the Эхonir and see if some lingering memory can lead us to the shrine.
The Prince of Paths calls the sea to swallow this ancient city. Hermora's temple now lies beneath the waves.
But that is where we must go. Mefhala, Lady of Whispers. Take this mortal shell!
I am ready.
Boethia, I call upon you. Dark warrior, let me bear you to the conclave of princes.
Allowed their princes to possess them and waded into the water. Huh. I know where to find the shrine. Obviously, Anudnabia's lost shrine sunk into the sea ages ago. A fitting end for a place dedicated to the master of the tides of fate. But that will make it difficult to reach. A submerged shrine calls for a powerful spell. I shall weave an arcane shield that will allow us to breathe and walk upon the seafloor. Once those ancient priests were possessed, they must have done the same. Enter the sea when you are ready.
Incredible! Look at us! Strolling along the seabed like it was a street in Necrom.
Stay alert and move straight ahead, both of you. And watch out for any large predatory sea life.
Up ahead! I think I see the shrine.
This is it. After you, Proxy.
Island? Where are we? And who are those warriors?
A demi-plane, not an island. We are no longer on land. Torvesard must be near. I doubt the recollection reached this place without his help.
Leramil is exhausted. Go on, find Torvesard. We'll catch up. I don't know who they are or how they got here, but it looks like we've got company. You'll need to deal with this, friend. Leramil is exhausted from maintaining the spell that got us here, and, well, I'm not much of a warrior.
I should have expected the portal to send us to a demi-plane. I am sorry, Proxy. The effort of maintaining the arcane shield was more strenuous than I remembered. I am not ready for a fight. Go on ahead. Find Torvesard.
Boethiah's blade led me to this portal. The path to the mythos. Apocrypha's heart. Only those bearing the essence of Azura, Boethiah or Mefhala can access this portal. The gate recognizes Boethiah's blade. Now I can return to the mythos and find my prince at last.
A permanent portal to the mythos. I did not know such a thing existed.
Chosen of fate, hold! We must speak.
The one who knows is here. Speak with him, Proxy.
Torvesard proves surprisingly resourceful. I created this gate to admit none but the mortal vessels of my allies to Apocrypha. Yet the relic of Boethiah he carries deceived my defenses. Ah, clever ploy. Torvesard has breached the mythos, the heart of my realm. Twice before he found his way to Olymphic, holding part of the secret he seeks. Only one part remains sealed. You must stop him from reaching the glyphic of shattered reflections. I created this gift, and I command it still. Behold, this portal is opened and will take you where Торвесарда has gone. What happens next is in your hands. I dare not interfere with fate more than I have. You are the chosen of fate. This task is appointed to you, not by me, but by the demands of causality and consequence. If I try to stop Торвесарда, I will fail. You, however, always have a chance. That is the nature of mortals. Now, go.
The mythos of Apocrypha, heart of Hermaeus Mora's domain. Torvesarda is somewhere ahead of us.
I remember our friend, Leramal. Ithelia's service awake. My apologies, my... They see anyone marked by Mora.
Stand close and let me shield you.
Feel the current to save
Torvesarda is worried about you.
Let fate renew your vigor, Frosty.
It's the foundations of Apocrypha, my brothers and sisters.
Leramil's amulet can protect us both.
Let the threads of fate restore your strength. He found the last glyphic.
The last glyphic and the final secret. I must know what happened to Prince Ithelia.
We defeated Prince Ithelia. Now we must all forget our victory.
Forget? Why should I forget how I took this mortal shell and tracked Ithelia with my skein?
Azura and I did our part with these vessels of flesh, and the land, and Abolisher.
Listen, my fellow princes. The Lord of Fate is right. Imprison Ithelia in your mythos, Mora. Then erase all memory of her existence.
Imprisoned by cowards, abandoned by betrayers. But I remember, and I know how to free my prince. Sealed away, alone for millennia, I will free my prince and restore her glory. Empty. After true oblivion and none for ages. Tormented by a question I could not even frame. This is my answer! I did not forget my friends! I do not understand. Where is Prince Itelie? If she escaped, why did she not contact me? You! Is this some new trick of the Lord of Fate? No, this is no trick. Do you see? Prince Itelie has escaped. She freed herself from this prison, or was freed by some hand other than mine. Perhaps the simple act of remembering restored her power, dissolved her bonds. I do not know. Prince Itelie is the mistress of the untraveled road. She could be anywhere. Perhaps she will be drawn to places or things she knew before her craven foes locked her away. Yes, that must be right. And I know what I must do. Farewell. I still have a task to do. I need to find my prince, help her, restore her to the power that is hers by right. And there are other scions out there. I remember them too now. Mortal. Fate's chosen. I expect our paths will cross again.
A fate forged the moment Torvesard opened the first glyphic and began to remember. Return to the Mythos Vault, mortal. We must speak. The master of the tides of fate. I perceive everything that may come to pass, yet I cannot select the outcomes I prefer. Choice and chance determine which possibility actually occurs, such as this one. Itelie is free. I did not lie, chosen of fate, nor was I mistaken. I told you what you needed to know to avert catastrophe, and catastrophe has been averted. For now, the outcome I foresaw will still come to pass. It is only a matter of time. This spire was never Ithelie's prison. Being forgotten was. The moment Torvesard finally remembered his prince, its power to hold Itelie began to wane. Now, new paths form before us. Some lead to survival, others destruction. A question we all must ponder. Itelie and her Ilkar, unseen. I cannot perceive their actions, nor can I share what I surmise, lest I unduly affect the course of events. Take counsel with Leramil the Wise, and wait for a new path to open.
Prince Itelie has escaped her prison, yet reality persists. And Torvesard understood events no better than we do. As I have seen time and time again, the machinations of Oblivion are far beyond mortal comprehension. So I heard, and he did not send us to pursue Torvesard. It appears that the next step we take must be our choice. We should return to Nirn, regroup, and follow the advice of the one who knows. Wait for a path to open before us. That fact has not escaped me, Proxy. Torvesard spoke of restoring his lost realm. Miramor, he called it. And he thought that Athelia would return to places that were familiar to her. Let us return to Gratwud and confer with your friend Baragon. I am relieved to observe the perpetuation of the macrocosm. Our reality has not unraveled yet. For now we must wait and watch. Eventually I shall notice Torvesard's passing in the threads of fate. Then I shall send for you, Proxy. For now, yes. From things Torvesard said, I expect we will find him in Westweald. I shall confer with Baragon about the area and alert you when you are needed. Thanks to you, even though Athelia is free, we still have a chance to preserve our world. Prince Athelia, the Forgotten Prince. The prince that Hermaeus Mora so feared that he imprisoned her and erased her from existence. Now she is free and Torvesard searches for her. I suspect we will see signs of their activity before too long. First, I must return Gadain to Necrom. He must watch over Morrowind in case I am wrong about Torvesard's next move. Then I shall go to Westweald, consult with Baragon, wait, observe. Eventually, Athelia's presence will disturb the threads of fate. Of course, Proxy. You are fate's chosen. Any hope we have of averting disaster rests with you. I am only here to aid you in these efforts. For now, go on with your usual activities. We shall need your strength and courage soon enough.
I suppose Leramil and I won't resume our sightseeing in Vardenfell anytime soon. Don't worry, friend. I understand. I'll return to Necrom and see if there are any rumors about strange new Daedric princes.
After our visit to the Reliquary of Stars, the recollection cleared out. I did come across one interesting clue, however. They're particularly interested in ruins in Westweald, which is ironic since I live in Skingrad. I'm not sure I like all this sudden interest in the place I call home. I'll provide Leramil with whatever information she requires. Then I need to return to Skingrad to figure out the connection. Between an Ayleid cult and that Dremora Torvesard, they seem to be strange bedfellows indeed. Anyway, if you and Leramil find yourselves in Skingrad, look me up. If this plays out the way I expect, I may need an ally like you.